All right. The NBA Fantasy Salary Cap edition continues tonight. We are just completed game day 4 of week 2, and we're moving into game day 5, which ushers in the Emirates NBA Cup. It is going to be kicking off tonight. A couple of games, actually, all the games that are playing tonight will be the group stages of the Emirates NBA Cup. We shall look at that a little bit later on. So let us jump right in and look at the games that we had last night. There were just 4 games, but boy, oh boy, were they awesome. We had Ryan Rollins was on a revenge mission. I don't know if it was personal for him, but he made sure the Golden State Warriors knew that he was a baller. He was a baller because he came and balled out on the night. But anyway, let's kick off. The Knights kicked off with Charlotte Hornets hosting Orlando Magic, and Orlando Magic managed to beat Charlotte Hornets in spite of LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball had 17 points in the game, which was a total of 56 points in that game. 7 rebounds and 13 assists just wasn't enough. Franz Wagner is back. Franz Wagner had a total of 21 points in that game. 21 points, managed to scoop 35 points. That's his average, actually, 40, 35, that range. That's Franz Wagner for you. Paula Banchero managed his third straight 50-point game after the Philly, Detroit, now Charlotte Bobcats. Actually a good player, I think you can consider, but it's too expensive. But yeah, he's right up there with the best, so I would most definitely. Then there's Anthony Black. Anthony Black is actually a good utility player. If you're willing, you can invest in Anthony Black. He is actually now a regular ever since Cole. Is it Cole? I'm forgetting. Cole moved on. Yeah, I think he's in Antetokounmpo's son, Milwaukee Bucks. That's where he went, and now Black has taken his spot. So yeah, that ended that way. Then the main game. Wow, this game was amazing. If you missed it, wow, you should go out there and watch. There are some highlights I'm going to show you, but boy, oh boy, was that a game. It was an awesome game. Rollins was on fire, as they say. He was on fire in this game. Ryan Rollins. So the game ended 120 to the Milwaukee Bucks and 10. So that's a difference of 10 points. But boy, oh boy, was it a roller coaster ride. I'm going to kind of show you some of the highlights. I think let's go to the fourth quarter around that time. Now, in this game, that's Ryan Rollins for you there. He was on fire at this point in time. Now, at this point, the Golden State Warriors were disoriented, and of course, Draymond Green tried to play some mind games, trying to rattle Ryan Rollins, but Rollins wasn't taking it. He stayed true to the game all the way, and they actually managed to pull through in the end. But they had a couple of threes right there at the end, and actually Steph Curry, that was a basket. They had around 3 threes towards the end. Then of course Steph Curry also made I think a couple of turnovers towards the end right there, and ended up costing them. But Ryan Rollins was crazy in this game. was very, very crazy. That was Steph Curry. He pulled that one. Now you watch what happens next. Ryan Rollins is like, okay, you shoot. We also shoot. Watch this. That's Rollins for you. I can also shoot right back at you. So Steph Curry gets that ball, and I think there he lost it. It's just that the highlights here don't show it. But he lost it. It was a turnover. Then Turner pulled one. That was a dagger. So it was dagger upon dagger. Then Rollins pulled another one. There you go. This game was something else. Rollins was out to prove a point because you see, Rollins came through the academy. There he is. Bam! That was it. That was the final nail in the coffin from Ryan Rollins. And there was nothing they could do. I could say Golden State Warriors got a taste of their own medicine because Steph Curry likes doing that. Towards the end, he shoots threes that are actually somewhat daggers, and they push you out of the game, and you can't do anything about it. So Ryan Rollins in that game managed to bank 32 points in that game. He actually was the top scorer in the game. He managed to even overpower Steph Curry in that game. And then Kyle Kuzma came through. Kaminga only managed 20, well, which is good actually, 24 points. I actually have Kaminga in my team. And 8 rebounds for Kaminga as well. Steph Curry, excuse me, had uh, six, um, 6 rebounds in the game. Then assists, he had 4 assists in the game. Ryan Rollins had 8 assists. And I'm just looking for Ryan Rollins. But yeah, you can see that the boy was out to prove a point in that game. And of course, he managed to bag 50 points. I think this was his high score. It was actually his high scoring game, career game in the NBA and actually also in FPL. Managed to bag 50 points. Then, of course, we rolled on to the champions. The champions continue winning. They were with Washington Wizards. And of course, CJ McCollum is actually back. It's just that he's not in form. He's not in form. And if you have to see his price, it is too much money to spend on a player that is averaging 20 points. Then, of course, Shea with yet another 50-point game. FPL point, I mean, not the game. In the game, he's managed to score 31 points. Yeah, then I'm just looking out for. Oh, wait, he didn't play. I'm looking for George there. He is. He had 12 points. Yeah, which was a total of 34 points. Yeah, so Mitchell, AJ Mitchell as well managed 31 points. Scoring 20 in the game, which is actually very, very good. It is a step forward. It is a step forward considering he had not made 20 points in the last 3 games that he played. And of course, we know that Williams is fast approaching his return date, so AJ Mitchell may not stay in the lineup once that comes along. Okay, so then we had the final game of the night, which was also impressive. It was also along the lines of the Golden State Warriors and the Milwaukee Bucks thriller, but this time it was Bam Adebayo and the legend, the myth, Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama had 27 points on the night. Bam Adebayo with 31 points on the night. Then Andrew Wiggins as well had actually, Andrew Wiggins is someone you can consider. I don't know, but he's not as consistent as always. There's that championship run that he had when he was still in the Golden State Warriors. That was, I think, his best season ever. Yeah, but I think he's a second. No, it's actually first round picker in his rookie in his draft year. He was the first round pick. Yeah, maybe not lived up to expectation. Then Jacques Jr. is still consistent. I would say, yeah, you can consider bringing him in because at this price it's actually good. Actually good. Yeah, I think he bagged a number of rebounds and a couple of assists. I'm looking at Jackens Jr. Yes. But Victor Wembenyama had 18 rebounds, 27 points, 6 assists, 5 blocks. This is a player that has had at least one block for the past 4 games that he has played. Victor Wembenyama. The past 5 games, actually, yeah. He has had at least one block. So he's actually on pace to become the defensive player of the year. So Victor Wembanyama, I actually have him on my squad. So those were the games that we had. Next, the next fixtures actually going to be the Emirates NBA Cup fixtures. So of course the NBA continues, but alongside there is this tournament that they play. I think initially it was called the mid-season tournament. Yeah, but now they got a sponsor, so now it's called the Emirates NBA Cup. So there is an assortment of teams that are in group stages, and as the tournament goes on, they keep on accumulating points. Then I think the top group leaders qualify for the knockout tournament. And of course, we know the defending champions are the LA Lakers. But then it is said that they shouldn't have hung the banner for that tournament because it's not really anything. I don't know what else can they do. There's nothing else to do about it. But of course, that banner next to the historic NBA Los Angeles Lakers uh, wins, of course, is nothing because an NBA season is worth much more than the Emirates Cup. But of course, they are trying to bring the whole aspect of the FA Cup in the English Premier League and in Europe, so that they bring the same template to the Americas. So let's see how that goes. The first one, well, I do not know. This is just my personal view, but I think it was rigged. But anyway, that is what it is. I'll leave it at that. It just doesn't hold much water than the actual NBA. Yeah. All right. So these are the games that will be on tonight. Starting off with the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Indiana Pacers. Boston Celtics will be going against the unbeaten Philadelphia 76ers. Then Toronto Raptors will be taking on Cleveland Cavaliers. New York Knicks will be in action with the Chicago Bulls. It's the resurgence of the Chicago Bulls, reminding us of the old MJ days. Let's see how they fare against the New York Knicks, because the New York Knicks are actually one of the teams to beat in the Western Conference. All right, then of course, Reeves will be in contention against Ja Morant. This is actually a very good game to look out for. Interesting matchup right there. Then Utah Jazz will be taking on Phoenix Suns. Denver Nuggets will be back in action against the Portland Trail Blazers. Then New Orleans Pelicans will be taking on LA Clippers. So make sure that you have your team set for those games. But looking at how I fared in game day 4, I am still above average. It is my goal to maintain above average scores every game day this week, considering my early trigger pool. Because remember, I played my captaincy on game day 1, and again, I used both my transfers on game day 1. So if I can manage to I'm already halfway there, so which is good. If I can manage to stay above average all week long, that would be a very good week well spent. Okay, unfortunately, it's not enough to help me move up. I'm only getting red arrows right there. Uganda, I'm not worried. I think I will finish top in Uganda. That one, just like I did last season. But yeah, I also need to lead my league. And we shall come to that as we get more view joining. So please click on the link and join the league and participate. So yeah, I had Victor Wembenyama with 75 points. I had George with 34 points, Kaminga with 43, Mitchell with 31, and I could only field 4. And I think it's going to be the same case this game week as well. So unfortunate for me. I can only field 4 players, and this time around, not because I don't have enough. I do have enough, but all of them are actually in the back court. So that puts me off for that. Maybe what I can do, yeah, since he has cancel, but he's playing. Let me just put him in. You never know with these things. And again, I want to admit something I was wrong about last night. I did predict that Victor Giannis Antetokounmpo would play in spite of the flag that he had on him, but it turned out it was a serious one, so he didn't actually play. And that, of course, set the stage for Ryan Rollins to come and take over. We have Ryan Rollins who needs Giannis. Yeah. So that's how that fared. This is how I stand this game week. No chips played because I already played everything in day one. Played my captaincy and made transfers. So there is a couple of players that we really need to bring in. I just hope by the time I'm bringing them in, they have not raised in price to make them hard for me to bring. Oh. Yeah, so that is it. So looking at the game week as it fared, of course, the highest scoring player was Victor Wembanyama in the front court. Then Bam Adebayo comes in second place. Paul Banquero is in third place. Gerard Butler. Koulibaly is back actually. Someone to look out for. Last season he was on fire. Yeah. Then Castle in the back court. Lamelo Ball, Shea Gildas Alexander, and guess who? Rollins. Wow, this kid is so good. Together with his icon, Steph Curry. So I do not know if there was bad blood at his time at Golden State Warriors. But of course, if it was, this was the best stage for him to showcase, and he actually did showcase and showed them that he was no joke. So yeah, and clearly you can see he's actually the most transferred in player at the moment. His price is amazing, very very amazing, and look at his averages. Wow, it's tempting to take a hit, but I don't want to take a hit. Just hope I'm not Johnny come lately at the end of the day. But I think it's worth taking a hit. With Giannis out, maybe. Okay, let's think about that and see. Let me look at his fixtures. So he's left with just one game. He's Sacramento. I think I'll hold off until next game where he will have he will have 4 games. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're evenly spaced. Oh no, these are back to back. Indiana and Toronto are actually back to back for him. Okay. He's someone to consider, but not this game week. I wouldn't say that we should take a hit for him because he's just left with a single game week. I mean, game to play, and that is the Kings game. So if you to take a hit for a player that is at least, if it's to even do very well, he can only give you a maximum of 50 points. So which means there's a deficit of 50 in this game week. And if you're in my, but if you have an extra transfer, you can go ahead and bring him in early. Though I don't think it's worth it because he has just one game left. Yet there are players that have 3 games plus left in this game week. Three or I mean two two game weeks, 2 game days. Yeah, so Janice actually now his flag turns red, and he's expected to come back first November, which is tomorrow. And I don't know about that. Yeah. So a lot of people are getting rid of Shea. I don't know why. Maybe it's tactical to bring in Reeves or whatever. I'm not sure. Same with Wemby. Yeah, it's gotta be tactical. Yeah, so that they can bring in an equally expensive player that has a game. I know that strategy. Yeah. All right. So when we look at the injury tracker, Luca is almost coming back, which is tonight. Okay. Luca could be back tonight. Hopefully, we don't know if he will actually play, but that's something to look out for because his flag has flipped. It's orange now. I think it was always orange, all the same. Trey Young is actually also out over the weekend. Hopefully, we'll return. LeBron, take your time, stay away because we don't want you to mess up the Lakers. So, I don't know if he will be back tonight, but it would set a stage for an amazing game if he actually comes back. I don't want to risk it, but yeah, the moment he comes back, let's see how many games the Lakers are left in this game week. Actually left with 2 games. So if he comes back in the Grizzlies game, they still have Miami Heat. Yeah, anyway, I think we can still stay with Reeves. If you have Reeves, you can still stay with him. And then look to bring in Luke at the end of this game week. Yeah, then look to bring in Luke at the end of this game week. So yeah, as you would have known by now, of course, the player of the week, of the game day, sorry, is, sorry about that, is, can you guess who that is? There he is. Yours truly, the man, the legend, the myth, Victor Wembanyama. On the night, he managed to score 27 points, 18 rebounds, 5 blocks, and a total of 75 fantasy points. So that there it is. Victor Wembanyama is our player of the day. Yeah, he had an amazing game. He was unstoppable. He was awesome. He was bags of talent on the night. So yeah, there it is. The team and the lineup for the game. Of course, I'm fielding 4 yet again. Okay, I can field 5, but Burley has a red flag on him, and he doesn't come back until next month. He's a couple of days into the next month, so I don't think he will feature. But anything is possible. So those are the players, and I will be signing up until next time. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button and have an amazing day tonight. All the best and peace out.